Okay. What's up, guys, and welcome to episode 12 of the podcast. And joining with me um are my co-host Jake
How's it going, guys?
and 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 our other co-host Melissa.
Hey, Bonsai. How's everybody going? How's everybody doing?
Good.
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
Just chilling. You
Over
know.
a week. Over a week left.
Yep.
Oh yeah, hon.
By this time next Friday, Cobra Kai will be Cobra Kai Part 2.
Yeah.
Hey, Austin. Hey, Owen.
Yo, Austin,
Hi,
what's up?
Owen. Hi, Austin.
Owen, what's up? What's up? Sorry.
You know what? So Nation made a actual Cobra Kai Nation. He made an interesting post yesterday about what Netflix posted about Part 2, the synthesis, the synthesis or the plot.
Oh yeah, the synopsis.
Oh yeah,
The
synopsis.
synopsis. Yeah. Do you wanna can you upload it for everyone so we can read it or from here?
I can't upload it here because I don't know how to.
Oh, okay. All right. But it was very interesting with what they said, though. The plot. Can you maybe not open it, but can you go to it and read it out loud?
All right. The all right.
I know.
I'm sorry.
You're right.
Owen.
Not the Miyagi-Do way.
Yeah, that was not the Miyagi-Do way.
Yeah.
No,
That was
he really
Nation's
wasn't.
that was Nation's meme.
Oh, I can go to
Oh, is that the title of episode 10, Owen?
The Cobra?
Tall of the Cobra?
Tall? You mean Call of the Cobra?
You mean Call of the Cobra?
All right, guys. I'm just gonna say this right now. I mean, and that's not necessarily a spoiler, so you're good. But for everything else, there is to be no spoilers, no leaks, no nothing no nothing about Part 2 for the for any in this chat, okay? I'm speaking to those who have seen it, and I'm speaking to those who have seen it and are still and are coming and are planning on coming on here.
Yeah.
All right. No spoilers, all right?
Yeah. I'm gonna go over to Cobra Kai Nation's channel because he has he did the official Part 2 synopsis.
Okay. And also anyone who thinks that they can also sneak a leak in here in the chat, think again because you'll get time. We'll put you in timeout for 24 hours.
Yeah. Okay. 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 Okay, I got it.
Okay.
At the Sakai Taikai, Miyagi-Do faces new challenges and old enemies as they battle to become the world champions. Can they stay united while internal rivalries bubble back to the surface?
See, this has got me that's a very interesting synopsis. Because, but it's also at the same time got me a little bit concerned that Sam and Tori's rivalry is gonna come back in this part with each other.
Yeah.
Owen. Yeah, they might have a plot of like synopsis on that episode, but I'd rather not know just because
Yeah,
like we don't know what happens in episode 6, 9, 6, 7, 8, and 9 yet. So
yeah.
it's all gonna go over our heads when you tell us the plot synopsis of that
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah. I'm just reading
Yeah, I
what
know
I'm
you are. I know.
seeing.
Yeah, I know what you are. I know you are, but I'm just talking to
Yeah.
Owen.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, he's talking to Owen. Yeah. Unless it's released from the big 3 and Netflix itself, it's better to just keep quiet about it.
Yeah. Because after part 2, I'm making it my goal to uh not know what the leaks are, the spoilers are for part uh th- 3.
Yeah, like I agree. Like with
Yeah.
what like until part 2 comes out, if any leaks come out for part 3 within the next couple weeks, until we see part 2, should I say probably about a week and a half. For next week and a half, until we see part 2, if any leaks come out for part 3, I'm just gonna ignore them.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. I do too. That's basically what I've been doing. I've just been ignoring the leaks. Like for me, I'm super hyped despite any leaks that have been put on a
Last
certain group chat,
yeah.
a certain group chat that I'm a part of. I just ignore them. I don't believe them. I've said over and over, I will believe it when part 2 gets here and I see it for myself. Until then, all it is just a leak. And for all we know, it's probably fake. It's probably not
Yeah,
even an accurate leak anyway. And
yeah,
something else, and that's something that the actors and actresses and the big 3 themselves have stated several times.
yeah,
99% of these leaks are fake.
and his um our like one of our friends chosen who he's all worried about going Quan maybe dying in part 2, but our friend Jedi Joey has an interview that I think the actor who plays Quan was a part of, and he confirmed he was in part 3.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I saw the interview that Cobra Kai kid
Yeah, he did
and
confirm that he did say he was in part 3.
yeah.
But with that being said, guys, I know this is hard. You can't always believe everything you see. That's why you have to just just ignore the leaks. As tempting as they are, just ignore them. Don't take it so seriously. You don't know what's going to happen. They don't know.
Oh, yeah.
The person that's posting them doesn't know what's going to happen.
Yep.
Yeah. Anything could happen in the Saikai.
Right.
I mean,
honestly, these people are jerks they just proven they just want to be jerks that just want to spoil and ruin things for everyone. That's why they make the posts, even though they know they shouldn't.
10 more days until season 6 part 2.
Yep.
Let's
more
go.
10 more days.
What did
Exactly.
you say? Jake,
Exactly,
what did you
Alex.
say?
Yeah, I said, yeah, I'm excited.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, really? You're not Joe.
No.
Come on now.
Yeah, I'm ignoring that one.
Mm-hmm.
Read it.
Exactly.
Read it. Read it.
Oh, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Here's special in the chat. You're banned. Oh, you're banned. Oh, yeah.
Just saying.
Yep.
Oh, okay. We're taking Q&A and views, okay?
Yeah. So I actually like to have a theory that the chosen one actually said, which I really, really like.
Okay.
Okay.
He said that there is a chance that with the possibility of Silver rigging the tournament, that Robbie could actually win, but Silver takes it away from him, with making sure that Robbie doesn't get any points with his fight with Axel. But that's when when it's revealed that Silver rigged the tournament, that's when Robbie, like him being too weak and injured to continue to fight Axel, gives his headband to Miguel and tells him to finish the fight and get the win.
Oh, wow. That is an interesting one
that's
right there.
interesting.
Yeah. So I like that theory, and that because them winning as brothers, them winning together as brothers, that is the perfect, and I mean perfect way to end it,
Yeah.
with everything that they've gone through with each other and for each other, becoming, starting out as rivals that have grown into brothers, becoming a family. That is the perfect I don't know how closure for both of them.
Yeah.
If you're going to give them a proper closure, that's the way to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, Melissa, I agree with you on that one.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jacob, the chosen one.
Yeah. Shout out
Oh, yeah.
to him. Oh, so I only saw a few minutes of this week's podcast of the Lone Lobos.
Oh, you did? How was
Yeah.
it?
It was Sholo and Jacob with with the actor who plays Sam's brother.
Okay.
Oh, Anthony. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it was good. I just only saw a few minutes of it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Owen. That's definitely gonna happen. It's like that is more than potentially more than potential. He is going to ruin it.
Uh,
Oh yeah.
please, please, Silver, don't bribe the ref this time.
Oh, he's
Oh
going.
God,
I
I
got
can't
to.
even promise that.
I got.
Can't even like guarantee that.
I got a bad feeling it's gonna happen. Underground. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
If Jacob's theory is true, then yeah, well, it's gonna happen. He's gonna have that
God
whole.
help us all.
He's gonna have that whole
Hope
tournament
it's
rigged.
all-
But
God
this
help
time
us all.
though, Miyagi-Do's gonna outmaneuver that,
Oh yeah, I agree.
and they're gonna be the ones that come out on top with the win.
Yeah, is
And when that
Sam?
happens,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
wait, what were we gonna say?
Is Sam in here fighting Tory or
Yeah,
someone
that's what it
else?
looks like. I think it's Tori because going by the hair, and the fact that she's
Yeah, I
the
think so.
fact that it's Cobra Kai, and we haven't really, and honestly, yeah, it's Tori because it can't be one of Kim's students, female students, even if there are two more female students in the Cobra Kai dojo. It's definitely Tori. You could just tell.
Oh yeah, my fault. I just wanted to know for sure. That's
Oh, you
all.
just want to make
Oh
sure.
yeah,
Okay.
and one other thing. When Miyagi-Do outmaneuvers Silver and comes out on top despite what he does, be prepared for all hell to break loose
Oh
where Silver is
yes.
concerned.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yep.
Because
Oh
the gi,
yeah.
he's gonna let his hair down.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
In okay. All right.
Be prepared for the gi to come off.
All right. This is gonna be.
Be prepared for the ponytail to come off.
The point.
This is all right. This is gonna be funny, but I'm gonna say it anyway.
Okay.
Silver has better be on cocaine for this part because
He's gonna be.
Wait, what would you say, Underground?
when he's
He better be on cocaine during this part.
because
Silver better be on cocaine.
yeah, because when he's on that,
That's
you see
that's when he's best.
Oh
you
my
see
god.
yeah, you see the devil Silver.
Uh-huh. Well, here's the thing. Silver wasn't even on cocaine in season 5.
No,
Like
no,
yeah, that's
I'm
what I
talking
mean. Like
about
when he did
in
what he did.
part 3 in
Yeah,
Karate Kid.
no. I agree. He'll probably most definitely be on cocaine in part 3. But here's the thing, like
Okay.
Silver wasn't even on cocaine anymore, and when he did what he did in season 5. So imagine what he's gonna be like.
Yeah, that's a fair point. That's a
Oh,
fair
yeah.
point.
So imagine what he's gonna be like in part 3 with the cocaine.
Oh God.
Oh my God. He's gonna go all out.
Oh, God.
He's gonna go all out. Watch. Watch.
Yeah, he is.
I already noticed.
So for anyone
Yeah.
who's saying there's not going to be a death, there's going to be a death.
Yeah.
Like, it may not happen in part 2, but people are dying in part 3 if Silver's going to be on cocaine in that part.
Owen, season 6 still has the potential to be the best season. I don't know about that. It could be, but
Yeah, you know what though? Yes, I know. I have a thought. I have my own synopsis on
Okay.
season 6. Okay. People need to I will agree, season 6 is not the strongest season compared to all the other seasons that we've had of Cobra Kai. I agree with that. I agree with that completely.
like
The
to be honest,
part one is not the strongest season. When you look at part 1, it is a little bit disappointing, but here's the thing. Cobra Kai, John Kreese, Sensei Terry Silver was locked up. Cobra Kai was out of the valley. John Kreese was in
Yep.
South Korea.
Yep.
And Kim was in South Korea with her Cobra Kai students.
Yep.
Everything was getting settled. You know, there were Robbie and Miguel were getting along. Sam and Tori were surprisingly getting along. You know, and
Finally.
becoming friends. Yeah,
Yep.
finally. Anthony, I mean, they were on Anthony and Kenny. They were on good terms.
Yeah.
There was no, I mean, and Johnny and Daniel and Chosen, you know, they were all
Hey,
on level with each
I'll
other.
be back. You guys keep
Okay.
talking. I'll be back.
Yeah.
They were all on the same page as each other. Johnny, Daniel, Chosen. What people need to remember is in part 1, there was no drama between Miyagi-Do and Cobra Kai. None. And that's what drives the show. That's what there was no rivalry. I mean, except for between Quan and Yoon. But again, it's like we only saw like an episode or 2 of that. That wasn't like necessarily the main focus. There was no drama. There was no rivalry. That's why part 1 wasn't the strongest season, because that's what drives the show. You know, all of the rivalry. And that's why things got so much better in episode 5, because, you know, I'm not a huge fan of Johnny and Daniel fighting again. Like that is so completely stupid. Like,
yeah, I agree.
yeah, like rehashing that. Yes, I get that there was character growth, but come on, we've been there and done that. Done that with that.
Yeah.
But that's why episode 5 was getting was probably the best episode, because the rivalries were starting to kind of like, in a sense, little by little, starting to reignite a little bit. And part 2, you better believe there's going to be a huge rivalry between Miyagi-Do, Cobra Kai, and now the Iron Dragons, because they're going to be the biggest threat, and it is going to drive that part. There's going to be conflict, and going by that that plot for part 2, there's going to be conflict. There's going to be some pretty intense moments and scenes between between all of the characters. And I guarantee you that part 2, despite what people think, part 2 is going to surpass part 1 in ways nobody could have ever even predicted. It's probably going to be the best one of the best parts, and part 3 is probably going to be even better than part 2.
Yeah. Owen, yeah, exactly. Part 1 was gearing everything up. Exactly.
Right. See, that's the whole thing. It's like they're like, this was the this was the false sense of security. This was the aftermath. Like, this was after everything that has happened. But after episode 5, it's like now it's back to but now it's back to war. That's why I wish so badly that like, I get why they did it and it makes sense, but a part of me still wishes that they would have had somehow found a way for Kim and Kreese to have their Cobra Kai like me like for Miyagi-Do to be aware of that Cobra Kai is not gone. That Kreese that like before episode 5, like, give them a taste of what they're going to be up against and not have them go into the tournament like completely completely off completely in this false sense of security, like thinking that Cobra Kai's off the table. So, like, because they had no idea, they're going into this tournament with no idea of what they're up against.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, it's like they like, everything that they did to prepare for this tournament was for nothing,
Right.
I mean, that's what it feels like, but them not knowing that Cobra Kai was back until the end of episode 5. And surprise, surprise, Tori's back with them.
Right, yeah.
Which I hate.
Although Tory didn't want to at first. He didn't want to go back.
I will. And I'm getting to that. Tori didn't want to. In Tori's defense, she didn't want to join at first, and she very much in every shot that we've seen her in, even in the trailer, you could tell very much she doesn't want to be there. Like, her body's there, but her mind and heart aren't. So, and that's going to say a lot in part 2, because I honestly think that, with that being said, I think Cobra Kai is getting eliminated in part 2. And if part 3, and it's going to come down to whether the Sekai Tekai extends over to part 3 or not. In the finals, bottom line, it's going to be Miyagi-Do versus the Iron Dragons.
Yeah.
I know everybody wants Tori to win. I do too, believe it or not. I want Tori to get a win, like, especially after episode 5 of part 1. I really do, but I can't see her getting a win. I gotta go. Like, and I've actually said this since the beginning, since even after season 5. It just makes more sense for either to be Sam and Miguel or Sam and Robbie, just to get to lead Miyagi-Do to victory in the Sekai Tekai. It's just like, because they're gonna win. They're gonna win as a team, Miyagi-Do. It's gonna be.
Yeah.
It's gonna be. I guarantee you, the finals. Are not going to be what they think they are. I guarantee you, the finals are going to be like what racks in the most points. Like, that's going to be like I guarantee you that Miyagi-Do and Cobra Kai aren't going to get that many points. Like, the Iron Dragons are always going to be ahead. But what's going to be the deciding factor point wise, and as well as defeat wise, is going to be the finals, like the round 3 for elimination, the final elimination. That's going to be like that's going to be the what's the right word? That's going to be where the mule is, because that's going to be that's going to be the part the part that has the most points. Like the that's going to be the one that has that gives like at least more than half of the point system.
Yeah.
And whoever wins it in that dojo is gonna in that dojo, that's gonna be like that's gonna be like who gets the point, what dojo gets that amount of points.
Yeah, and also we have tag team elimination rounds as well.
Yeah. And like I said, Miyagi-Do is going to be starting off with not getting a lot of points. And Cobra Kai is going to probably come out like probably second. Point is, the Iron Dragons are always going to be ahead until they get to that final round.
Right.
And that's going to be, no matter what, it's going to be Miyagi-Do versus the Iron Dragons. And that point, and that where those points are, the final round, that's going to be where probably, I want to say maybe either 60 or 70% of where the of the most points are. Like, that's going to be the deciding factor of what dojo wins.
Oh
Not
yeah.
just what?
Oh yeah, and I hope that it comes down to the Miyagi-Do and Iron Dragons for the last match.
I think it will. Because you could tell by that sneak peek that, one, Tory doesn't want to be in Cobra Kai. That's number one. Number two, Cobra Kai, the Cobra Kai team, they may be on the same team, but they're not a team. They're not going to fight they're not going to fight in sync with each other the way the Miyagi-Dos are going to do. They're not going to fight in sync, because if you notice, nobody in that dojo has any connection to each other except for Tory and Kreese. Like
Yeah.
team wise, like they have no friendship, no connection, no nothing. They're just teammates. And they're going to probably spend a majority of just like not even really fighting together, like just fighting on the same side, like, and that's what's gonna kill them. That's what's gonna get them like really eliminated, because they're gonna fight on the same team, but they're not gonna fight as a team. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're not going to be in sync with each other. They're not going to have each other's backs. They're not going to.
Oh no, the Cobra Kai kids?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, they won't.
No. They'll fight they'll fight because they'll fight together, because they'll fight with each other because they're on the same team, but they won't fight as a team.
Yeah.
Like, you can be on the same team as somebody, but still not fight with them. Just you could I don't you could be on the same team as anybody, but still not fight with them, and just fight and just fight on the same because you're on the same side as them, and that's it.
Yeah.
Because if you go back to that clip, like watch Quan and Yoon, like yeah, Yoon is taking orders from Quan, and they're telling him what to do, and they're fighting together, but they're not fighting with each other. They're not in sync with each other. And it's the same with Tory, like Tory says, I'll take the little girl, you guys handle the big guy. It's like they're
Oh
not fighting
yeah,
together.
I saw that clip.
There's two separate fights going on, and they're not fighting together. They're on the same team, but they're not fighting as a team.
Yeah. And yeah, and by that clip, we saw that they beat Cobra Kai without breaking a sweat.
Yep.
And and did you see the look on Sensei Kim Da-eun and Chris's face?
Yeah. Well, I can't say
Total
that I actually.
shock.
Yeah, I can't say that I feel sorry for them, but because serves them right. But it's like, yeah, like even Miyagi-Do was shocked.
Yeah. Hell. To be honest, I was even shocked.
Yeah. I think they will. I mean, I kind of wish that they wouldn't have released that sneak peek, but at the same time, though, I get why they did it, because they want to show just how much of a threat the Iron Dragons are.
Yeah.
Like it's not just Cobra Kai anymore. Like even Daniel said it. We knew that there were other dojo. Like Miyagi-Do is more worried about, like in that scene. Now it makes sense, because now I guarantee Miyagi-Do is more worried about the Iron Dragons than Cobra Kai, and like they're going, they're probably like saying to Daniel and Johnny is like, we went into this because we thought that we were the best dojo. Like, there was no other dojo stood a chance against us, now that Cobra Kai was not in the now that we thought that Cobra Kai was done and finished. And like Daniel's like, whoa, wait a minute, there were we always knew, we went into this tournament always knowing that there were going to be other dojos, and it's not with it not just being Cobra Kai.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what he said on the trailer, I think.
Yeah, something like that. But to answer your question, Xander Stone fan, honestly, I don't think he'll have mixed emotions. I think he's gonna hate Silver. Like, I don't think there's gonna be like So Silver, on the other hand, he might have mixed emotions because, as Silver stated, Kreese is his weakness. I don't think Kreese is gonna have any like any mixed feelings when it comes to Silver. I think he's gonna hate Silver.
Yeah, Kreese doesn't give a damn about Silver
Yeah. Yep.
at this
And
point.
yeah. And to answer your next question, yeah, see, Quan's cockiness, this is where Quan is going to screw up big time. And I guarantee you it's going to be because of him that Cobra Kai gets eliminated, gets taken off the board in part 2. Quan's cockiness is going to be his own undoing. Like, and it's mostly Kreese's fault because instead of encouraging him to Kreese encouraged him to use it, um to use it and give it purpose, that's going to be his own undoing because he's going to let that go straight to his head, and it's going to screw up his fight with his final fight with Robbie, because Robbie's going to use that to his advantage. Robbie's going to keep his head in the game. Quan's going to get in over his head, and he's going to realize just how screwed he really is.
Yeah, and yeah, and to add on, to that, the only person besides Quan who actually knows that is Johnny from Karate Kid Part 1, when he was so cocky that he lost to Daniel.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Yeah,
But see, this
Quan is
time
gonna feel that.
on the flip side, though, see, because of that, Johnny's going to tell Robbie, hey, do not let what Quan said get into your head, but instead use it to your advantage. Like you like you use his cockiness and to your own advantage and take him out. Because like I said, I guarantee you it's going to be because of Quan that Cobra Kai gets taken off, gets eliminated in part 2, because that cockiness is going to be his own undoing. That
Yeah,
arrogance, his own undoing. Because you better believe Robbie is going to take advantage of that. Robbie's head may be out of the game in the beginning because of Tory, but going by what Miguel says in that trailer, you better believe when in his fight with Quan, his head is going to be totally in it.
yeah, I
And,
agree.
and he is going to smoke Quan when that happens.
Oh, yeah, and how do you feel that Tori is going to face Robbie?
It's not going to be good. Honestly, I think I think this is going to be the most alone that we have ever seen her in this show. Like, she is going to be feeling like so many different emotions all at once and she's not going to have anywhere to turn to.
Oh
And the
no.
sad part is that the only person that she feels that she can turn to is Kreese. And that's really sad because she turned her back on everybody. Like she really did. I mean, she turned her back on Sam, on Robbie, on Amanda, on Daniel and Johnny, and Devin, all of Miyagi-Do, all of these people who generally do care about her and want to help her and can help her and are in the position to help her. She turned her back on them
Yeah.
and she went back to Kreese. And while I'm not saying that Kreese doesn't care about her, he's not gonna he can't help her in the way that she needs to be helped. She can't help her in the way that needs to be helped. He
Yeah.
can't help her in the way that needs to be helped. Because I mean, towards the end, I think I fully believe that he will. Like, I fully believe he will help her. Like he'll for the first time put Tori's needs first above his own. But right now, he's putting
Yeah.
his own needs
a-
ahead of hers.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure that Daniel, Johnny, and Amanda will forgive her on some point after
Yeah,
the
they will.
tournament.
They will. I mean, like, um,
Sam too.
they will. Yeah, Sam will too. I think honestly, like Sam's gonna be like really mad, like at
Yeah.
Tori, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
Rightfully so, she will be angry.
Yeah. She'll
Rightfully
get
so,
over it though.
she has every right to be angry, and but I think on that same level though, she'll understand. Like she'll get it. Like she won't like she's not gonna hate Tori. She's not gonna hate Tori. I don't know. I mean, I don't think Tori will like really hate Sam. Um I think she'll be very conflicted. I think that both her and Sam when they face each other on the mat, um a lot of feelings will go down between them. But it's going to be a part like where it's going to be no hard feelings no matter which one of them wins. Because and this is why I feel like Sam Sam should be the one to win against Tori, because if Tori wins, it's just going to dive her deep into more even deeper into Cobra Kai. Like no matter what, even if Cobra Kai doesn't win the Sekai Tekai, it's just going to dive her deeper and deeper into the Cobra Kai way. And Sam winning, like it's going to be like a mix where she's angry with Tori, but at the same time though, it's going to be her wanting to help Tori. Like you know her fighting for Tori.
Yeah.
It's like she's gonna like Tori's going in there for um Tori's fighting in the Sekai Tekai for uh
For her
the
mom.
wrong way. Like Tori's going into this tournament the wrong way. Yes, her reasons are understandable, but they're also wrong. Sam's going into this tournament for the right way and for the right reasons.
Hey,
I mean,
yeah, yeah. I'm sorry. Now I know. Uh, now I know what you meant um by when you said that Tori is fighting for and Sam is fighting against, or or wait, or is it the other
No,
way around?
it's the other way around. Tori's fighting against while Sam is fighting for. But here's the
It-
thing, though. Here's the thing. Sam is going to be fighting for, but at the same time, though, fighting against. Because sometimes you have to do that.
yeah,
You have to fight sometimes in order to fight for, you have to fight against. Like, Sam's going to be fighting for her family, her dojo, and for Tori. Even if it means she has to fight against her on the mat to do that. Tori is going to be fighting very much against, because in her mind she believes that this is what her mom would have wanted, when in reality this is not what her mom would have wanted for her.
yeah,
She's going to be fighting against
yeah,
everybody except
and she
Reese.
also has to fight for her brother as well,
See, that's the thing though.
or no?
um that's the thing though. Like, honestly, I think Tori, this part, is going to be fighting very much against everybody except Kreese. Like, in her mind, she's doing this for her mom. She believes that this is what her mom would have wanted, when in reality, this is not what her mom would have wanted, because the teachings that teachings that she's fighting for, her mom would have been against. She wouldn't have wanted Tori to fight for that dojo, knowing the kind of ruthless teachings that they teach, the kind of abuse that they inflict on others, the same kind of abuse that she herself was inflicted on by her ex-husband.
Yeah,
She wouldn't have wanted that. If
Jim
she
Tim, what's up? Finally, I can see your comment.
Oh, hey, Jim Tim.
Hey,
Oh, sorry, Melissa. I didn't mean to cut
but yeah,
you off.
yeah, no, that's fine. But yeah, see, I think Tori's going to be fighting very much against in part 2. I think the exact opposite of what's going to happen with Sam and Tori when they face each other is going to be the exact opposite of season 4, where Tori was actually fighting for everything. Um, and But Sam, on the she was fighting for a better future, and she was receiving the right kind of help in order to get her that. But Sam, on the other hand, while she was fighting for her for Miyagi-Do, she was really fighting against. She was fighting against Tori. That's all she cared about the entire season, was just fighting against Tori, beating her. But this time it's going to be a switch. This time Sam is going to be fighting for everyone and everything. Tori, on the other hand, is going to be fighting
Oh,
against against everyone.
Oh yeah, because there's a lot on the line
Yeah.
for them.
And I think, and like I said, Sam is going to be angry with Tory, rightfully so.
Yeah.
Sam being angry with Tory is not unjustifiable. It's not, because she did, Tory. It was Tory's decision to quit to quit Miyagi-Do, to leave Miyagi-Do. It was Tory's decision to turn her back on everybody. That was Tory's choice. And she's going to be angry that Tory decided to go back to that dojo, knowing how bad it is and knowing how destructive the teachings are, and going back and risk going back to that dojo and risking spreading those teachings, help spreading those kind of teachings all over the world. She's going to be mad with that.
Yeah,
But at the same
and
time,
Tori is gonna hate herself more than everyone
yeah,
hates her.
exactly. But I don't think Sam is going to hate Tory, honestly. I think Sam, like, as angry as she is with Tory, she's also going to understand why Tory did what she did. Like, and she's also going to, she's, as angry as she is, she's going to have more sympathy for Tory. She's going to feel more sorry for Tory. And it's like, she's not going to be against Tory. She's gonna she's gonna fight for her. She's gonna fight.
Yeah.
She's gonna fight. But Tori, on the other hand, is gonna be against everyone, including herself. And why? Because she thinks this is what her mom would have wanted, even though it's not. She
Yeah.
thinks that this is gonna make everybody better, but she's gonna feel herself losing over losing more and more of herself as she gets deeper and deeper into this dojo. And honestly, like, Robbie's going to be very angry with Tori, and again, rightfully so. But I think, like, Sam's going to be the one, like, he's going to be more angry than Sam is. And Sam's going to be, like, as angry as she is with Tori. Sam's going to be the one that dials Robbie back a little bit, say, "Hey, listen, I know you're angry with Tori, and I understand. I'm angry with her too. Like, what she did was, what she did was wrong. But, like, and I don't blame you for being furious, but you have to try to understand things from where she's coming from." Yeah, she joined Cobra Kai. Yeah, she joined Cobra Kai. She joined back up with that dojo, but um she lit, but she you have to look at it from where she's coming from. At least when you joined Cobra Kai, even when you joined Cobra Kai and you felt like you had nowhere else to turn to, you still had parents. As strained as you are with your dad, you still had a mom and a dad that you can come home to. Tori doesn't have that anymore.
No. Yeah. Not
So
anymore.
you cut her some slack here. Like, try to understand try to understand how she feels. What she's feeling. She just lost a parent, and nobody, and as hard as you try, nobody knows how. Neither one of us, while while we understand her pain, we don't know what that feels like, because we've both been fortunate enough to have to to have parents in our lives
Yeah.
where we don't have to deal with that kind of pain. but Tori does. And right as her and she right now she's an orphan. And as hard and as much in common as you guys have, that's something you're never going to be able to understand.
Right.
Well, you can't pass judgment on her when you haven't been through what she's been through. This is the one time where she's going through something totally different from you. So maybe instead of trying to get her to understand where you're coming from, you need to understand where she's coming from and cut her some slack.
Right.
Because like it or not, as much as she's trying to push you away, she needs you.
Yeah.
Now more than ever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think Sam's going to understand, but where both Robbie and Tori are coming from. Like, not understand where Tori's coming from, because like I said, she doesn't know what it feels like to lose a parent. But she's going to have more sympathy for Tori than I guarantee you Robbie in that moment will have. And the moment Sam sees that, she's going to dial Robbie back saying, like, listen, you have no idea what she's going through right now. She's technically an orphan.
I'm sorry. I'll be back again. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
No worries.
She's technically an orphan. So cut her some slack. As much as you guys understand each other, this is one area where you need to understand her more than she needs to understand you.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you don't. I mean, I'm not saying that Robbie shouldn't be angry. I mean, he definitely has every right to be, and he should be angry. But, like, don't let that anger, like Sam's going to be the one to say, don't let that anger overtake you. Like, you love her. Let that love be the one that gives you. Let that love be the one. Let that love be that you still have for her, despite how angry you are with what she did. Be your strength, not your weakness. Anything to add, Jake?
No, not really.
Yeah. And honestly, I think that this is going to be like where Robbie and Sam are going to kind of like, this is going to kind of like be like brings sort of like them closer together, you know, like this is going to bring them back to their connection that they had in seasons 1 and 2, where they're going to be not romantic, but where it's not going to be where it's going to be not romantic, but more than a friendship. Yeah, Chris, yeah, I read that, and I agree. I think more happened after Tori's mom passed on. I think, like, because there was a time skip. So I think more happened. Do I think Tori's a mole again? No, I don't think she is. But I definitely think something happened that we're not aware of that gave Tori that final push into Kreese's arms. And I think it might have something to do with her little brother. Yeah, exactly. And that's another thing to look at it too. Is that you know, Kim's students, they don't fight in tournaments. So this is completely left field for them. So it makes sense that they got beaten that match.
Sorry, guys, I'm back. So
Yeah, so if you want to read Chris Batch's comments.
so what did I miss?
Like he was just like elaborating on what Mary and Martin Cove said in one of the interviews when they were asked about Tory rejoining Cobra Kai, where they kind of hinted at that there's more to what it seemed about Tory rejoining Cobra Kai, that something else may have happened that pushed her back into Kreese's arms, which I agree. I agree completely, because there was a definite time skip. There was a definite time skip, and I think something did happen that just like was the final straw for Tori. And I think it has something to do with her little brother. And he also made a good valid point that Kreese's students, including Quan, are not used to fighting in tournaments. Like, they've never fought in tournaments before, so them getting beaten by Axel and Zara, who have had tournament experience and are probably former champions of the Sekai Tekai, it makes sense that they got beat.
So what interview was this on?
I forget, but Chris might know.
Okay.
Chris, what interview was that where Mary? I saw it, but I just don't remember. Yeah, it was a panel. He says it right here. The interview. The interview was in a panel in Scotland in early October.
Oh, okay. Wow. Look who it is. Look who decides to join. Yeah, what's up?
Everyone.
Yeah, Chris, I knew what you meant. I knew what you meant, but I also wanted to make a point that Quan and Kim's Quan and Kim and the rest of Kim's students, they're not used to they've never really fought in a tournament before. So it's like, for them to get beaten like that by two people who are probably former Sekai Tekai champions, who have that kind of tournament experience, it makes sense. It makes it makes even more sense that they got beaten so easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I agree with that too. Like, you know, to add on to your point, I don't think Quan has ever faced a guy with more skill than him, and that's why he doesn't take it very well. I don't think that he's because if memory serves in part 3, none of Kim's students were at Quan's skill level.
Right.
He surpassed them in terms of strength and power. And now he's up against somebody that has that is not even more power, but also better at wielding it. So, and I think that's why he doesn't take it very well. And that's why I think that jump in the alley happens, because at first when I saw that in the trailer, I thought it was on Sam, but now I'm thinking that that's on that's more on Axel. Like before I thought it was just on Sam and Axel just happened to be there. But now after watching that sneak peek, I'm thinking I believe now it's on Axel and Sam just happens to be there.
Oh yes, yes. Yeah, yeah. I think it's Quan's revenge on Axel for beating
Yeah.
him in the elimination round. That's what I think. Tyrell,
Hey, underground.
what do you think about that?
Yeah, like I haven't really caught on to what you've been talking about the entire time, since I probably missed part of it. But one thing I'd like to talk about is with Quan and Axel. I agree that yes, Quan doesn't really have whole lot of tournament experience, but I feel like in a street fight, he can put up a better fight. But Axel could still win.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically what I'm saying too. Is that Axel that is what I'm saying. Because like I said, if you notice in part 1, like Quan's skill was above just about the rest of Kim's students.
Yeah,
Like his strength. So and he's very cocky and
yeah,
arrogant.
and
And
what?
that so when he's up against somebody like Axel, whose strength and skill surpass even his, and they're better at wielding it, that's not going to set right with him.
Right. And Watch Party did a video on that Quan. It's really about fighting smart and
Yeah.
using your skills wisely.
Yep.
Like Quan, Yoon, and Tori, they fall like a bunch of idiots. That's why they lost so easily.
Yep.
I Owen, I didn't ban you. I did not ban you.
I don't remember. I didn't see anything that I don't remember. I didn't see anything that said that Underground banned you.
Hey, Chosen.
CVO.
Yo. Oh, and Jake,
Yeah.
I might uh during the podcast tomorrow. Just send me the link.
Okay.
Also, Tyrell, did you hear what I said about Sam and Tori?
Not yet. I don't think I was here yet.
I had said that. Do you remember in season 4 where Tori was really actually fighting for
Yes.
in that tournament, while Sam, on the other hand, was fighting more against, like
Mhm.
against Tori?
Yep.
Like, yeah, she was fighting for her dojo, but it was really more against Tori because that's
Yeah.
all she really cared about was fighting against her. And but what I think is going to happen in part 2 is there's going to be a flip. It's going to be switched.
Yep.
Tori is going to be fighting against everyone, including herself.
Mhm.
In that tournament, in the Sekai Tekai, and in part 2 in general.
Yeah.
While Sam, on the other hand, is going to be fighting for everyone,
Even
including
Tori.
Tori. Yes,
Because like
she's going and
going to what I've said in the past, those who put a trophy over and values that are far more important, like her friends, family, those aren't champions in my books.
yeah,
And I think that's exactly what happened to Robbie in season 4. Even Daniel tried to warn him, like, remember how Robbie said the goal is to win, but Daniel told him that never put passion before principle, and ultimately Robbie paid the price for it.
And that's what's going to happen with Tori. She's putting
Mhm.
passion over principle, and she's going to have to pay the price for it.
Mhm.
And I wouldn't be surprised if the ending of part 2 has Tori in tears.
Oh yeah. Whatever she's doing to herself, it's not healthy at all.
No. And we could thank Kreese for that. Kreese is a big part of that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. And honestly, like, this kind of like brings up to a point that I've been saying, is that Tori's going to be fighting all against in the Sekai Tekai, and not necessarily and as understandable as her reasons are and sympathetic as they are, they're still like for the wrong, like she's not going to be fighting for the right reasons.
Exactly.
But Sam, on the other hand, she's going to go into this tournament fighting. She's going to go into this tournament not only the right way, but also fighting for the right reasons completely.
Yep.
And it's going to bring a point that I've also been saying, is that while Tori's going to be fighting all against everyone, including herself, Sam is going to be fighting for everyone, and as well as herself too. And even if she has to go again, even if in order to fight for, she has to fight against on the mat.
Yeah.
So that kind of like brings up a point that I've been saying, that sometimes in order to fight for, you have to fight in order to fight for everything that's important and everything that really matters. You have to fight against on the mat.
Yep. It's really the values that matter the most.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. You see, you weren't blocked. We can see your comments now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we see you.
Yep. Yeah, we see you. We see you, Owen.
Yeah, part 2 is going to be dark, brutal, and emotional all at the
Mhm.
same time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Only 10 days left.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's probably
Oh,
about time.
and
It's
Yeah, of
probably about
course.
time I renew my subscription with Netflix since we're getting
Uh-oh.
that close.
Yeah.
Oh, you unsubscribed to Netflix?
Yeah, after part one, because like all I watch on Netflix is Cobra Kai, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watch
Yeah.
multiple things. I watch multiple things on Netflix. Like one of my favorite shows on Netflix, is Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Me and
Yeah.
Chosen run our own podcast or our own Stranger Things podcast, and also tomorrow's Stranger Things Day, so it's going to be a big podcast tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But Tyrell,
Uh,
yeah, I can understand that because Cobra Kai is mainly the reason why I watch Netflix. I mean, I try to watch other things too. I don't have the time. And
Yeah.
I'm lucky I have the time to watch Cobra Kai on it as it is. But yeah, I get it because Cobra Kai is like mainly like whenever I go into Netflix, that's mainly the show that I'll watch.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Speaking of Netflix, the only reason that I watch Netflix are for Cobra Kai, Stranger Things, and the Walking Dead shows.
Oh yeah, those are also pretty good. Used
Yeah.
to watch them all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, Stranger Things is going into the final season, so
Oh yeah.
we'll have to wait and see.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I got a feeling we might get spin-off for the Stranger Things as well, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. When's the series when's the finale for Stranger Things coming?
We don't know yet. We know it's sometime in
Mm.
2025 for sure. But
Okay.
I think if we get a teaser tomorrow, maybe we'll get an answer. Maybe we'll see.
Okay. Is it in its final part?
Well, this is the final season. Like this is the final season. So I think.
Oh, they didn't divide it into parts?
Well, we don't know that yet. I think it's
Oh,
possible.
okay.
I think it's possible they could split it into separate parts because I'm hearing that this episodes in season 5 are like very lengthy and like movie level like length. So it's possible they could split it into separate parts, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Wow. We've been streaming for an hour and 23.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
what I think.
I wish Joe could have come on here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know he's busy seeing the movie though. Like, we'll
Yeah.
see. We'll see if he can make it, but it's okay if he doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Because we'll see him next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Just
And
think
then,
this time next week, it'll only be 3 days until part 2
oh
comes
my
Yeah.
out.
god, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I can't wait for the podcast next Thursday because next Thursday is gonna be crazy because we're gonna be streaming for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If
Yeah,
if
I mean,
everyone has the energy to stay up that long, because I know I will.
yeah.
Like he said,
I don't know if I don't know if I'll stay up to like to stream with you guys when the Cobra Kai does part 2 finally does release. But I'll definitely catch the stream for as long as I can.
Okay.
Yeah, like if you have to take a break and go take a nap or something, you can.
Because what time for you guys? What time is Cobra Kai Part 2 going to be released?
Oh,
Well, for me,
2
it's,
a.m. 2 a.m. for us.
well, for me, it's 1 a.m.
For me, it's going to be 3 a.m.
Yeah.
For me, it's gonna be 12.
Midnight. Yeah, midnight.
Yeah,
Okay, midnight. Yeah.
And how much blood are we going to see in part 2?
Oh,
that's
God. Going by the trailer, lots.
probably a
Complete
lot. Yeah,
bloodbath.
most likely.
A real bloodbath. We will
Yep.
see.
And everyone, well, the students are gonna be left with broken faces
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
after this.
Yep.
And I still agree with the theory that a background fighter that we don't know will die, to set an example of Mike's words. Like Mike
It
is
could
gonna
be.
like Mike. I will show that Mike wasn't kidding,
Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
and that would definitely light a fire underneath them. That this is not about fighting for a trophy, but rather for their lives.
Yep.
The are going to realize what they got
Actually, you
themselves
know what?
into.
That kind of would bring. That actually kind of brings like home what Mr. Miyagi said to Daniel when Daniel asked him if when Dan and the first Karate Kid when Daniel said, "I figured you fought in these kind of tournaments all the time," and he said, "I fought for life, not for points."
Mm-hmm.
So
that is hinting he fought at the Saikai Taika.
so that kind
of,
yeah.
I had to.
Wait, what happened?
Oh, he tagged Mike fucking Barnes in the fucking in the private chat.
Oh yeah. Yep.
I had to do that.
But I like it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. With Mr. Miyagi, going back to Mr. Miyagi, if Mr. Miyagi was still alive, he would be very disappointed and livid at Daniel for allowing his students to compete in the Saikai Taika, because
totally.
the one thing that would piss him off big time.
Yeah. Because that was one thing Mr. Miyagi was very adamant about Daniel competing in tournaments. Like, I honestly don't think he would have, like, in the beginning, like when Daniel said about, like, I get to share Mr. Miyagi's teachings all over the world if we compete in the Sekai Tekai and win. Like, I think like Mr. Miyagi would have told Daniel, drop out of the Sekai Tekai. Like,
Yeah.
he would have said, we did it to stop Cobra Kai, but now because now he was just doing it to compete, and like Mr. Miyagi, he didn't believe that karate should be used to just compete.
Yes.
And that's where I think the creators would have had to find a way to show like to bring Cobra, like to let the Miyagi-Dos know that Cobra Kai is not finished and they're still entering the Sekai Tekai before they got to the Sekai Tekai.
Yeah.
And yeah, he would have been like he would have been furious. Like, honestly, after season 5, like, I think Mr. Miyagi would have just said, just pull Miyagi-Do's name out of it now. Like, there's no reason for us to go into this tournament now.
Yep.
But the moment that he found out the moment that he finds out that Cobra Kai is not done and that they're still in the Sekai Tekai, that's when he would have said, "It's like, okay, now is the right time for us to head back head to this tournament."
Yes. 'Cause
And I think too, what?
I think throughout part one, if Mr. Miyagi was still in the show, he would. But at the end, going into part two, he would eventually get back into it.
Yeah. Would you say? Would you say? About? Would you say? I couldn't hear. I couldn't hear you at first.
Oh, I was saying that if throughout part one, I think Mr. Miyagi would have convinced Daniel, like you said, to drop out. But like at towards the end, going into part two, he would have he would have he would have decided to let Miyagi-Do back into the fight.
Yeah, which I think again, the big three would have had to find a way for them to for him to find out that Cobra Kai is still that Kreese is running is still in the Sekai Tekai, being run by Kreese.
There you go.
Mhm.
Before they got to the Sekai Tekai, they saw it for themselves.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Like-
so
Yeah.
good.
About a week and a half, dude. Like a week and 2 days.
Yeah.
I have to ask you guys something.
Or technically 3 days because it comes out the 15th.
Yeah. What do you want to ask, Underground?
What is your favorite Mr. Miyagi quote?
Favorite what? Well,
What's your favorite Mr. Miyagi quote?
Mr. Miyagi quote.
You want to go first, Jake?
I'm gonna go. I know be there.
Okay,
All right.
Ooh,
good one.
Miyagi's like beginner luck.
Okay,
One?
okay, I like that one. I like that one.
That's one of them.
How about yours, Melissa?
Okay. Mine. Mine is anyone who has anger trapped. Anyone who has grief trapped in their heart would make anybody angry.
Oh yeah, such a great
Yeah,
line.
very true.
Anyone with grief trapped in heart would make anyone angry.
Yep.
Yeah.
What about yours, Underground?
I
Okay.
said what was it? Beginner luck.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
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 Oh,
What
I
about
was
yours,
talking about-
Underground?
Yeah. What about yours, Underground?
Okay, hold on.
He's thinking about it.
Oh, my favorite quote of his is when he was talking to Julie Pierce in the next Karate Kid, where he said, "Fighting not good, but if must fight,
Win.
win."
Another
I
good comment.
like that one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one the most.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because for
in fact, that's my top one.
um Yeah, that's definitely up there with me. Like that's definitely one of my top ones too. The reason why is because even though we all know how much Miyagi was against fighting, like he like that right there says that if you must fight, win for the right reasons.
Yeah.
Don't don't fight just to win, just to win. Don't fight just to win the fight. Win for the win for the reasons. Win for the reasons why you're fighting in the first place.
Yeah.
Like with Julie, like when she was like when she said to Mr. Miyagi, "Let me fight Ned. Let me fight him." At first Mr. Miyagi said no, but then Julie said, "If I'm ever going to have respect for myself, I have to do this." So Mr. Miyagi recognized right away that Julie was fighting for the right reasons. You know, she was fighting for self-respect and for the people that she loves. So that's why he okayed it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think this is really gonna tie in with the values that Sam is gonna be fighting for in part 2.
Yeah. Ned was an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah, even worse than Kyler.
Oh my God, yes.
That even Yaya could beat him.
Yaya could beat Dugan.
Yes, yes. Dugan was ass.
Yes. I'm sorry, but that fight that Dugan had with Mr. Miyagi was really hilarious.
Yeah, he could have died.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Mr. Miyagi is probably using only 1% of his power.
I know.
I bet fighters like Sam, Hawk, and Robbie and Miguel would definitely kick his ass.
Yeah. But what were you saying about Sam in part 2?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, I was saying like talking about like Mr. Miyagi's famous quote, like if you need to if if one must fight, win for the right purposes. That's kind of ties in with what Sam is going to do in part 2.
Yep. Or part 3, depending,
Yeah.
if it extends into that, if the finals go into part 3.
Well, which of course I'd be on board with, which means that Sam's arc is not finished yet, and they're setting her up for her biggest moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I did mention before that if it does go into part 3, then I think the part 2 will end with the semis and probably the huge brawl, and they're probably going to save the finals for part 3.
Yep. And I'd be fine with that. I would be.
I feel like they're saving the Sam and Zara fight for later, because
Yeah.
those two are going to fight eventually. There's no way
Yep.
these two are not going to fight.
Yeah. I think they're going to fight in the finals.
Mm-hmm.
The finals. That also kind of brings like what I said earlier, because I said to Cobra Kai Underground that Miyagi-Do's gonna win based on the point system, and I know Silver, and we all have a feeling that Silver is rigging that point system, like especially where like the Chosen One had a really good theory, where Robbie technically wins his fight against Axel, but because Silver's kind of like rigging the point system in the shadows, he doesn't technically get the win.
Ooh, yeah.
So, and like so when Silver reveals himself and like where it should have been where Robbie won that fight, um Silver comes out and it's like, "Nuh-uh, you're not getting this win."
Oh, I bet I had an idea. Like, just imagine like Robbie's and Miyagi-Do was like grieving over his loss, but as soon as Silver comes out, boy, that's when the huge
Yeah,
brawl comes in, as they're gonna be
that's
all
what's gonna
livid.
happen. Like that's what's gonna that is what's gonna happen. And like the Jacob one made a good the chosen one made a good point where if that happens, and Robbie is too weak and injured at that point to continue, that's where he passes his headband on to Miguel and says to him, "Okay, it's your time now. Finish this.
Yep.
Finish the fight."
Yep, at least now they'll know that's what Silver has done, and they'll be more cautious in the finals.
Right. Yep. And I guarantee you that in the finals, because of like with that, the point that's where the biggest point system, a huge chunk of the point system is going to be. Like in the finals that
Yep.
decides it all. That is where probably 70% of the point system is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Like that decide that who the winning where the winning dojo gets gets all those points. Like that's where the dojo that's where that determines the winner.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's gonna be more like in terms of points.
Melissa,
Yeah.
did you say the Jacob one?
I know. I did by mistake.
Jacob, oh, the chosen one. Yeah, I know what
Yeah, the
I know what
chosen
you're
one.
talking about.
Yeah.
I
But
caught on
like
to that.
I know. But yeah. But like I guarantee you, like the finals, that's where the huge chunk of points are gonna be.
Yeah,
Like and Silver won't be able to rig that. Like they're gonna fix it so Silver can't rig that.
exactly.
And like you know what I just thought of?
Oh yeah.
What?
Ooh, like okay. I don't think Silver's gonna ref the fight.
No.
And going on to what I said about where the finals or where the huge points are gonna be, like the huge chunk of the points are gonna be, and if Miyagi-Do gets that win, that'll put them ahead of the Iron Dragons and allow them to win. Do you remember in season 5 where in episode 8 where Sam was complaining about the about how the ref was doing the points, about how those call about the calls that he was making put her down 2 points when
Yep.
they should have put her up?
Yep.
And what was the advice that Daniel and Chosen gave her?
Yep. Make those points undeniable. Make those hits as obvious as
Exactly.
possible. That's what you're gonna do.
Exactly. That's what Miyagi-Do's gonna do. They're gonna make sure that every point they land is undeniable, where
Yep.
they can't be denied.
And just imagine if Miguel and Sam winning. That would be a huge middle finger to Silver.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And I think I think Kenny's gonna give a middle finger to Silver on his own.
Mm-hmm.
At some point in the show. I just have a feeling. But that's what I think Miyagi-Do's gonna do. In the finals, when they realize that Silver has rigged this whole thing, when they get to those finals, that's what they're going to do. They are going to make every point. They're going to make sure that every point they land is undisputed.
Yep. And I think
And
this is where we're going to see the Prime Miguel and Prime Sam come into action, as they're probably set up to be the most powerful fighters in the world.
And if they do that, if they manage to do that against Axel and Zara, like that's going to be like an incredible feat on its own.
Oh yeah. to me, they would be like the automatic number ones out of the teens. It's like after that, they have nothing else to prove beyond that point. They've made their mark permanently.
Yeah. Yep. And as we have all stated, Miyagi-Do is going to win as a whole. Like, I mean, the Sekai will be the ones that, I mean, the champion, the captains will be the ones that do receive most of the attention, but the dojo is going to win as a whole.
Yeah. Flick off silver regardless. Yeah. I agree.
Yep. Yeah, that's going to be, but that's what I think Miyagi-Do is going to do. Like, Sam and Miguel are going to be like, okay, now that we know Silver has rigged this whole thing, we're going to make sure that our points count. Now, we're going to count. We're going to count the points ourselves.
Yep, they're going to be reffing themselves pretty much.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're going to make their hits go. They're going to make sure that every hit that they make go noticed.
Yep.
By everyone there.
Mm-hmm.
And not even Silver can rig that against them.
Nope. Impossible. Yeah.
Especially if it's on live TV, especially if that's the match that's live on national television.
Yeah. It's like the whole world is going to, if they were to deny a call, even though it's undeniable, the whole world is going to be chewing their asses out.
Mm-hmm.
Silver's not going to be able to pay its way out of that one.
Nope.
Affiliation Silver will feel, and just imagine like how Master Kim would react to Silver. Like, he won't be happy if those two were working together.
Yep. Mm-hmm. But
I don't think Master Kim will be happy with anyone in part 3.
No, honestly, I wish Master Kim would just die.
Well, yeah, like I think Master Kim will.
Can you just die already?
You know, it
Someone
turns out
roll over and knock him down and kill and just like kill him.
I know, but turns out he'll die when Cobra Kai finally dies, since he created it all.
Yep.
And I think that's exactly what they're setting him up for.
To finally die.
Mm-hmm.
About time. He's like what, 110?
104.
Yeah.
Oh damn! That was dark.
But I want Chosen to be the one to kill him.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
wow! Damn, Melissa, that was dark. Say
I know. Yeah, I know. But is it really? The guy's 104.
Yeah.
Well, they could have easily killed him up, but they definitely have big plans for Master Kim. That's why they kept him alive this whole time.
Yep. And I do, like, as hard as it is to believe that, I mean, if they don't have him fight, I'm okay with that. But if they do have him fight, I do think Joe is right. It's going to be a lot more crazy than we actually think, as ridiculous as it sounds.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Master Kim may not have the legs to fight, but he can use his hands.
Yeah.
Right.
Remember, he is the master of deception, so he's very unpredictable. So you don't want to sleep on him.
And you want to know what I find so funny is that the only reason Master Kim is alive is because, for the simple, plain reason, he doesn't want to die.
No. He clearly doesn't want to. He clearly doesn't trust his granddaughter to take his place. That's what's keeping him alive.
Hey, Roots, do you think Silver and Dennis will form a union part two.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. It's possible.
Yeah, yeah, Tyrell, for a minute there, I thought you were gonna say the Master of Disguise.
Oh, really?
Oh gosh, that
Master of
movie goes way back. Oh my gosh.
I'm
Master Kim,
gonna be
Master
the
of
Master of
Disguise.
Disguise. I'm gonna be the Master of Disguise.
Yep.
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
my
Like-
Don't
god.
get me started with that movie.
I mean, I hate to sound like dark. I don't mean it like I don't want like anyone to die, but come on, the guy's 104.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't blame you either because like he's definitely gonna die in the final
I
episode.
mean, would it really
As-
even be technically murder? He should have died 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm. I
Yeah.
think it's much better to have him get defeated by Miyagi-Do to truly put an end to Cobra Kai. It's like they're definitely setting Master Kim up to be the kind of like the final boss who dies when Cobra Kai is dead.
Yep.
But who is gonna face Master Kim now?
Chosen.
I kind of I agree with
I think it's gonna be
Tyrell. I
Chosen.
think it should be chosen.
Yeah, it's gonna be Chosen.
Should be.
And we know like what Chosen said about Master Kim about his Sato and him having a rivalry, so it's going to be more personal between
Or
him
chosen
and
and
Chosen.
Daniel. Or chosen
Yeah.
and Daniel.
Yeah, teaming up against Master Kim.
Especially
Okay.
especially if, as it turns out, Master Kim and Mr. Miyagi also have a history together,
Mhm.
are also connected in some way.
Mhm.
Yeah, in Karate Kid 2, Sato hated Mr. Miyagi.
Mhm. He also
Yeah,
hated Master Kim as well.
yeah.
So,
I
he had
wonder
two
which one he
enemies.
hated more back then. I wonder which one of them I wonder which one of them he hated more back then.
Oh, that's kind of a tough one because like his Sato's hatred towards Mr. Miyagi lasted for like half a century.
Yeah.
Whereas, like,
Although they were best friends, they were best friends like brothers. So I would actually have to say that maybe Master Kim's his
Yeah.
hatred for Master Kim went deeper.
Oh yeah, because they have like opposing philosophies, so it makes the most sense.
Do you think Han would have a cameo for the finale in part 3 since the show is associated with the new franchise?
I kind of hope not, because we know that this movie is going to be canon to the Miyagi-verse, so I feel like they should just wrap it up without any kind of connection to the movie.
Yeah, but
yeah.
unfortunately, Sony has to have their way, and they're
Yeah.
making a connection. Mr. Han knows Mr.
I wish
Miyagi.
they didn't have to connect this new movie to the Karate Kid universe.
They
Oh, yeah.
shouldn't, but they're going to.
Because
To be honest,
the remake
still
of the
50-50
Karate Kid
on
movies was not
Yeah.
canon to
I'm still,
Miyagi to the Miyagi-verse.
Yeah. I'm still 50-50 on this movie. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy. I mean, I'm happy they changed the plot, and I'm a little bit more excited about it than I was previously. But I'm still 50-50 on it. Like I'm on board, but at the same time I'm not on board.
Let's not forget this is still Sony. So
yeah. I mean, I'm still happy that they changed the plot though, thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The good news is that they delayed it till May 2025, so at least we don't have to worry about getting spoiled before season 6 is over.
Yeah, and honestly,
that's true.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, and to be honest, I think this movie would be interesting.
Yeah, I think it will be in some way, some form, because I know we will be getting introduced to new characters that we never met before. So it'll
Yeah.
take time to adjust to those characters and really form some connections with them. We won't be seeing most of our fan favorite characters from Cobra Kai.
Yeah, I just want to hear how Mr. Han knows Mr.
Yeah.
Miyagi.
Yeah, and which
Hey,
we will find out in the movie.
yeah.
How might as well call this movie uh Karate Kid.
Or
The
I know.
no
Kung Fu Kid.
yeah
Karate Kung
no
Fu Kid.
no how about this Karate Kid the multiverse of karate.
Okay.
Or how about this? The Kung Fu Kid, the multiverse of karate.
Yeah, that would work too.
That would be interesting, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because now apparently karate and kung fu can merge as one.
Yeah.
According to this movie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm just glad. I'm just glad that they changed the plot a little bit because from what I heard from the plot before, it sounded fucking stupid. Like the fact
Yes.
that the fact that they say that the the student teaches the senseis how to do karate. Like I was like, what?
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
that
the
Yeah,
was
no,
dumb
that
as
stupidest thing
hell.
I've ever heard.
was stupid.
Yeah,
That
Yeah,
was
that was
such
dumb.
a stupid. Like I prayed, like, please tell me this is not the plot they're going with.
Yeah.
Because I find it hard to believe that a 12-year-old is teaching a pizza shop owner guy, an adult, that apparently is getting bullied, kung fu.
Yeah.
And we're actually supposed to believe that's a good plot. And
And you're supposed to believe that
and
this guy who's learning
Kevin the
from a kid
Speedster,
is a sensei?
yeah,
Like what?
and Kevin the Speedster said it best. Hey, if you're a grown man and you're getting bullied by teenagers, either A, buy a gun because you live in Brooklyn, so there's a gun there's a store in every corner that that sells guns. And B, after that point, take a serious look at yourself in the mirror and try to figure out what is wrong with you. Like you're allowing yourself to get pushed around by teenagers.
Like you know
Yeah.
what? I work at a movie theater. I get in the movies for free. I might check this out.
Oh.
Right. Or C, give me back my damn money.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm sorry, you're a grown man and you're getting that's what they were gonna have, like him like mentor a pizza shop owner guy that's getting bullied by teenagers.
I
And you're
know.
supposed to believe that this pizza shop owner guy is a sensei?
No, he wasn't even a sensei. Like
Oh,
he
he was
wasn't
a
a sensei
student.
at all. No, yeah, he was a student. Yeah, he was gonna be Kwan's student, and Kwan was like gonna be I think like 14.
What?
Like,
Okay, that's
and
even worse now. You're supposed to believe, and you're supposed to make people believe that this kid who gets bullied is teaching a sensei how to do karate. Like,
Yeah.
like no, not even no, not he's not a sensei. He was just a
no,
pizza
no, no.
shop owner getting
I'm
bullied
saying
by
he's,
teenagers.
I'm saying he's teaching a sensei to do karate.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that makes it even worse.
I know. And this person is getting bullied by teenagers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, if that honestly happened, like, I agree with Kevin. Either A, buy a gun, or B, take a serious look at your life and and wonder where and wonder where you went wrong.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or
I'm like,
C, give me
is
back
this
my damn money.
having to use guns? Is this kung fu or karate? It's like, why call it Karate Kid if you're gonna use guns? I'm like, what the hell?
No, that was Kevin's thoughts. Like if you're
Oh,
like if
Kevin.
you're like, yeah, Kevin the Speedster. Like Kevin the
Oh,
Speedster, like when he was reviewing this, like this plot, like he was like saying, okay, like if this is if this is for real, like like if you're a grown man and you're getting bullied by teenagers, either like this was what he had to say on that. Either A, buy a gun because you live in Brooklyn, so there's a gun store at like probably like every corner, or B, if you're getting
Look
bullied
at
by
your life.
teenagers, take a good long look at your life and wonder where you went wrong.
Yeah.
Like,
something I
and
will say real quick to the person in chat, to Domino. Please don't bring politics into this stream.
Yeah, please
yeah,
don't.
yeah,
Please
yeah,
don't.
no, Domino, yeah, no, dude, not a good idea. Everybody
Or
has their own views and their own opinions and their own objections, so do not bring it in. Do not bring it in.
Yep.
Just and we're saying that respectfully. You're not saying any. You're not.
or Underground said,
Yeah,
Underground said,
exactly.
or C, give me my damn money back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or C.
But yeah, like, but that's what Kevin the Speedster was saying. Like in regards to this plot that they were originally going with. Like, okay, he was like saying, okay, this dude lives in Brooklyn. He needs to either A, buy a gun, or C, or B, take a good long hard look at himself, look at his life, because if he's getting bullied by teenagers, that's really actually just sad and pathetic on his part.
I
Yeah.
know. When are you
And,
going that far
and
using weapons on guns on on teenagers? And you're a
Honestly,
you're
that
sensei?
would
supposed
actually honestly that would actually be better than the plot that they were selling, that they were
like
originally selling us.
you're supposed to tell me that this kid who's being bullied is the one who's teaching the senseis how to do karate. Like,
No, yeah, no, the kid that the kid is actually teaching the pizza shop owner who's actually getting bullied by teenagers.
Yeah.
Karate,
oh,
kung fu.
a pizza shop. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it was. And
Okay, now okay.
like honestly, I mean, I know he was joking when Kevin the Speedster was joking when he said that, but honestly, the gun idea that he had was actually better than what what they were originally going with, the plot that they were originally going with.
Yep.
Mhm.
Like, and that was not me encouraging like people to buy a gun, like anyone to buy a gun, because I don't believe in that. But like if you're gonna like if you actually believe that that is actually a good plot, I would actually prefer the gun idea.
Uh-huh.
All right, well, I'm gonna start heading out, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I think I'm a call it a stream here.
Yeah.
Okay.
please.
All right. Everybody have a good night. Everybody have a good night. Remember, we're only 10 days away from
Yep.
part 2.
It's
All
about to
right.
be 9 days in a few
Yep,
hours.
about to be 9 days. Yep. All right. Everybody have a great night. All right.
Single
Bye.
digits.
Yep.
All right, you too.
Well,
Have a good night.
you too.
Yep. You too.
All right, guys.
See you all. See you all Thursday
Yeah.
Yep.
at Joe's stream. Bye.
All right,
Okay.
so. All right. Hey, Jake. Yeah. I'll be on tomorrow.
Okay.
All right. Just send me a link.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.